Welcome to Nursing 6010. Hi, I'm Professor Hastings-Tolsma. I'm very pleased to have you in class this fall semester. I hope you're going to come to love nursing theory as much as I do. So I want to first this morning give you a little overview about the course and some points to consider. And then later on this week, there'll be another video posted, a short one, kind of talking about sort of the historical aspects of nursing theory, the science and where it came from, and some of what will influence some of the later work that we'll do. So first, I'd like to tell you that I'm not always really great with technology. And I know for some of you, this will be your first online course. I can tell you that we have a fantastic help desk. So when you log into Canvas, there's the help desk downtown. They have hours like 9 to 5. They're fabulous. And then there's the Canvas help desk, and they're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Oftentimes when students contact me, I will turn around and tell you to get a hold of the help desk because sometimes I'm not always sure the best way to do something. So you probably save yourself time, effort, and energy if you just contact the help desk. But you can contact me. I'll do my best to help you. The other thing is to read the Canvas Help Guide. That's in Module 1, a link to it. Look it over, especially for those of you that are new to online platforms and to the Canvas platform. All right, so first a little bit about my background. I've been at the College of Nursing about 15 years. During that time, I've taught across the undergraduate, master's, and doctoral programs. I'm a nurse midwife by background, and I do clinical practice with the University Nurse Midwives over at University Hospital in full scope practice, and also teach primarily now in the master's and PhD program. And I do research, and my research focuses on a couple of things. One is cervical biology, and how do we help facilitate the cervix to change in preparation for labor, which is important in terms of discovering ways to turn it off preterm, as well as to kick it on when mamas are post-term. The other thing that I'm very interested in is the use of nursing theory. And my PhD was from New York University, and I had the pleasure of studying with Martha Rogers. And so I have some particular affinity to her work that we'll study later on. I know that for many of you, when folks mention nursing theory, it's like, oh boy, here we go. Of course I have to get through. What I'm hoping is that you will find some beauty in the utility of it and what it can offer clinicians, researchers, as well as educators. And those will be some of the pieces we'll look at. I should mention administrators as well as part of clinicians. The other very practical piece that you should be able to get out of this course is for those of you that will do a master's comp exam near the end of your program. One of the requirements in that exam is to identify a theorist that can help guide your practice, your work. And it will be very helpful for you to leave this course having identified a theorist that works for you that you could see using in your advanced practice, whether it be informatics, nurse midwifery, women's health, acute care, whatever it might be. So hopefully we'll talk more about that and give you some examples. So think about that a little bit. I am asking everybody to post their bio in the course and a little picture. Tell us about yourselves. One of the difficulties with online is we don't always get to know each other in as warm a way as might be useful. And I would love it if you'd stop by my office anytime. I'm in Ed 2 North, room 4315. If you drop me an email and tell me you're coming to the campus or you'll be up around the 4th floor, I would love to have coffee with you and get to know you a little better. The other thing is, please get a hold of me. I would rather you contact me for something small than to sit and stew about it, waste your time, become frustrated for something that you may not be sure about. Fire me an email. And email is probably the best way to get a hold of me. I'm not so great at checking my voice messages several times a day, but I do check email very frequently. And I don't mind being contacted in the evening. So even if it's late in the evening, email me, put a red flag on it, and I will get back to you. I want to talk a little bit about the course syllabus. First off, as I mentioned earlier, the course will focus on nursing theories primarily, but we'll also talk about theories that we use from other disciplines, sometimes called borrowed theories. And we'll talk about differences between the grand philosophical theoretical works as well as the more mid-range or micro or applied works that we use more today. The notion is to help you develop a sense of what the theorists are about. A second piece is helping you learn how to evaluate a theory. How do you know one that it's useful, that it's well developed, that it has potential for application to your practice? And then we're going to sort of look at future directions and trends. This is a 3-credit course. It's going to require you to spend about probably 8 to 10 hours a week between course work, course activities. There really is no reason why any of you should walk out of here without a decent grade. While there are some exams on the class and there are some right or wrong answers for some of those, a lot of nursing theory is thinking in a rational way, coming up with an argument for how you might apply it to your practice. So we'll be thinking about that as we go forward. The required textbooks, Alligood and Parker, are on the syllabus, and I did not put those in the bookstore, primarily because students almost never buy them from our bookstore. And of course you can order them online very easily, and I put some wiggle room in the beginning of the course for you to have time to do that or to borrow one. There's also the APA manual. That's the writing style manual that the College of Nursing uses, and you're expected to know how to use that. So you might want to invest in it. Or use the online resources. I put 2 online resources that are very good, and so those can help you. And then there'll be other readings as we move through the modules that you'll be expected to read. There are 5 modules for this course. We end December 12th. Grades are due the 15th. And final exam week, there'll be a quiz. It's a little lengthier than the others, but basically you're done by December 8th with this December 10th with this course. I put on the syllabus the assignments that are due and when they're due in red. The first one is a class introduction, and then there are, as I mentioned, 3 quizzes. The quizzes are going to be entirely online. You'll have plenty of time to do them, 2 hours for 30 items, quiz 1 and 2. You'll have plenty of time. I think there are 2 weeks for each of those or thereabouts, and you'll get 2 attempts, and I'll keep the highest score. So these are meant to be learning opportunities, not memorization exercises. The third exam is longer. It'll be about 70 items. These quizzes will cover what we've covered in the videos, what we've talked about in these little chit-chats, assignments and discussion postings that you all have done. So if you've kept up with that, you should do fine or be able to find those answers. Quiz 3, you'll have 4 hours with 2 attempts with the highest score kept. And again, that's near the end. There's also a paper in this course. One of the aspects that we're trying hard to help students with is learning to develop writing skills. You can't be an advanced practice provider moving on to graduate work without being able to write. For many of us, I have very difficult time when I was a younger student, and take advantage as we have a writing center. There's information in the course syllabus. They will review your papers, pick up sentences that are poorly constructed, tell you that there's no beginning or whatnot, and will help you with that. So the expectation is that you will use resources, so by the time I see it, it should be in pretty good shape. The paper is short. It's only 5 pages, including the title page, references, and whatnot. So it ends up to be about a 3-page paper. That being said, short papers are often harder to write than longer papers. And basically what I'm having you do is take a look at a theory that you're interested in and do a little evaluation of it. based on the criteria that we'll be talking about in the class. So hopefully, as we get closer to that, we can chat some more about it. Then finally, there's a slide presentation, and that will be 20 slides total. And I just want to mention that if you go over in your page limits, I don't read anything over what's the stated limit. And part of that is because you just have to learn to present your arguments or do the work in the stated space. But secondly, when there's a lot of students, I have several sections, so when there's a lot of students, it's very difficult for me to give one student the ability to have an extra 3, 4, 5 slides or pages on a paper or whatever, and somebody else doesn't. So just pay attention to that. The slide presentation is your opportunity to creatively present a slide, or a theorist, and you may narrate the slide presentation. You'll get additional 5% credit if you do that, but you can't get more than 100% on the assignment. You don't have to do that, but you can, and you can put notes on the bottom of each slide in PowerPoint if you would like. So we'll talk again about that a little bit later. And then finally, it's the online discussion. Each module will have some questions posed that you will need to post your answers to. Please avoid, there'll be a coffee shop in the course where you can go and chit-chat with each other about issues that you have. But please avoid in the discussions extraneous posts that aren't targeted to the question. And also the question should be referenced. So I don't expect more than 1 to 2 paragraphs. One may even do it, but do provide a reference and try to make it substantive so that your posts aren't, I agree with you, Susie, or I thought the same thing. It needs to be a little bit more than that. So I think that's probably it for the assignments. The course policies are all in here in terms of late assignments and makeup work and whatnot, so I encourage you to pay attention to that. There's also information regarding academic honesty and plagiarism. One last thing is Canvas folks, they support Firefox or Google Chrome, and so those are the browsers that you should be using. And then lastly, I hope you can get started with Module 1. This is really just an opportunity for you to review the Canvas guide, post a meaningful biography about yourself with a picture, post a discussion, in response to the discussion. It's about a TED Talk. And then, post a couple of responses to colleagues and what you think about their posts and what you've read and how you've interpreted things. Review this introduction video and the course syllabus, and then there'll be a second video posted by Friday, August 29th, that will give, again, a little bit more historical context to this class and the backdrop of nursing theory. So that's it. Welcome to the class. I'm so pleased to have you here. Take care, and I'll look forward to working with you this semester. Thank you very much.